Good morning, everybody. I'm going to bring this in a little closer. This way I don't have to yell in my Panera Breads. Guess where we're at? We're in Panera Breads this morning, and we had another restful night's sleep. Right after I do this video, I'm going to do one on Wally docking, getting the heebie-jeebies there, because we got the little heebie-jeebies last night, and I'll tell you what to do. There are two types of heebie-jeebies. But anyhow, today we're going to talk about casino camping. Why? Because there's all sorts of different types of casino camping. So this video may be a little scattered because there is such a huge variety of different types of casinos all throughout the United States, and there are only 8 states that don't have casinos in them. But when I travel across the country, I got to use every tool in my toolbox. I absolutely do. Last night we Wally docked. And we're going to go look at a casino today, aren't we? Ah, there you are, Miss Lucy. Someone's coming in the door. She's like so interested in everybody. All right, hold on. I'm going to get rid of Miss Lucy. Say bye-byes. So let's talk about the itty-bitty little casinos. All right, in some states like South Dakota, there's hundreds, literally hundreds of these little casinos that are no bigger than a 7-Eleven. And some are owned by it's not the right word, Americans. Some are Native American casinos in some places, and some are owned by non-Native Americans. I hope that makes sense. At the Native American ones, they go by tribal laws, and the other ones have no tribal laws. Maybe that's a better explanation. Anyhow, so you may say, well, they're too small to camp at. A lot of them are open 24 hours. And, one, I didn't know how tiny it was. I was driving from A to B, got there at 9 o'clock at night, went in and gambled, and then on my way out the door, there was security, and I'm like, is it okay if I stay in my Volkswagen bus tonight? And they're like, sure, you can stay here overnight. We don't mind. And I said, good, because I wanted to be here for the breakfast special tomorrow. And they're like, fine. So that's one type of casino. I've stayed at quite a few of them, and I always ask security permission. Even though they're open 24 hours a day, I still ask because, they may say no, and I'm okay with that. It's not my right, it's a privilege. But I do go in and patronize the place, and that's what they've really enjoyed. So that's one type of casino. Then there are the huge mega casinos with the RV parks. Sometimes you have a casino with a hotel. Sometimes you have a casino with an RV park. Now, the ones with an RV park, you're not really allowed to park your RV in their lot. They want you over unless you're in there gambling and eating, but they want you to pay $25, $50 a night just for the privilege of parking in their lot. And I'm like, now I've already spent too much money in your casino gambling, won't do it. So I move on, but if the buffet is really good, I'll go in and have the buffet. Of course I will. Even though you do have an RV, they see in the lot, if they have an RV park, they're going to say, please come over and pay us for the privilege of parking your RV in the lot. So I do not do that. The other day, I was in Erie, Pennsylvania, and they have this huge casino called Presque Downs. It's Presque, but they pronounce it Presque Downs. And, they had no RV park and no hotel. But I looked over, and in a far, far, far away lot, there were a lot of RVs there parked. And then they were there the next morning when I came back. So, some places without an RV park or a hotel, they will allow RV parking. How would I have done in my van? I would have parked over by the RVs, and they probably wouldn't have bothered me. Would I have asked permission? I would have asked permission if they said, I would have went in and said, is it okay if I park my RV here overnight? And if they say sure, then I would have parked over by the RVs. But since there was no hotel, and I didn't really want to do that, and Walmart was like a mile down the street, and Walmart was very welcoming to RVs, so I decided to do the Walmart thing. I try to minimize my risk as much as possible. Some casinos, even though they're big, they'll shut down at midnight or 2 in the morning, and it could be, the city law or whatever. Down in San Diego County in the mountains, there was a casino, and I believe they closed at 2 in the morning, And I asked if it was okay. I had my Volkswagen bus at the time, and they said sure. They would not allow me if I was there car camping. So, there's the difference right there. Car camping bad at some of these places, RV parking good. But then it flips. Like if the casino, and this is what I look for, and this is what I do a lot, if the casino is connected to a hotel, bonus for Malteri, bonus. Those are my favorite because I always park over in the hotel side, not, where, if I had a room, you would park right in the spot, but somewhere in the parking lot, I'm parked over there. That's what I look for, is a casino with a hotel. Those are bonus because they don't know if you're in a casino or are you in a hotel. Where are you? Now, there is an app I use. It's called casinocamper.com, and I'll write it across the screen, and if I remember, I'll put the words below. I have not yet figured out how to do a link yet. My bad. But Casino Camper, to me, it's not the easiest app to use, like RV Parky, but it is a good app. So I'll consult that and see what they say. And the other things, sometimes, there's a lot of security at casinos. And, I hate it when they drive around and everything. Makes me nervous too. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I have stealth camped successfully at a lot of casinos. Like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years, never been busted. And I'll give you a list of some of the places. Now, where I refuse to camp at, I'll give you that in a minute. Okay, so where have I successfully stealth camped, both in my little RV and my Prius, is in Las Vegas. There's a few. There's like the Silverton Casino, Palace Station Casino, the outlying casinos. I don't park on the strip anymore because they want to charge you what, $10, $12, $20 an hour? Forget it. I don't see how people afford the hotel room in Las Vegas, then the amenities fees, and then parking. That's just crazy. Okay, so I've done it in Vegas. Atlantic City are some of my favorite places. I've done it at the Taj Mahal. I thought that was so much fun. I did that like years and years ago. And the Borgata in Atlantic City. That one's a huge one. It has a hotel. But, I had a campground like 20 miles away, and I'm like, this is silly going back and forth to my campground. I'm going to stealth camp here. And I did. You know me, I find a wall. I try to find protected little areas to where security can't go in front of it. So I've done it lots of times. Now, there are some casinos I will never stealth camp at. Why? Because they're heavily patrolled. They have signs up all over, basically don't even think about it. We have this great one, and it has a hotel in Southern California. It's Agua Caliente in Rancho Mirage. Huge, beautiful, but I don't camp there just because the security is so aggressive. And if you pull up Casino Camper, they'll tell you how aggressive they are, or Augustine casinos. So some I actually say, no thanks. But for the majority, I haven't had a problem either in my car. Like I said, if there's not a hotel attached, I really don't want to stay there. But in my RV, I've had very few problems. And problems meaning that, I say, you know what, it just doesn't look right. And if it doesn't look right and it doesn't feel right, I don't stealth camp there. All right, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like I said, I have tons of experience in this, going cross country. There's a lot of good casinos like Morongo Casino in Southern California that they have overnight security. They'll have a shuttle bus to take you from where you park at to the casino and everything. So, you consult Casino Camper, look, and decide for yourself whether you feel safe there or not. All right, we will see you down the road. Goodbye from Malteri and Miss Lucy.